Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of April 6th this week. If you want to catch me live, I go live every single day at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also, I'm already messing up this reading, but also make sure to leave a comment down below. I'm still doing a giveaway for a personal reading, but let's see what we have going on for you here, Leo. And all right, so I'm trying this new spread. Let me know what you think of this. But basically, each one of these represents a potential story for you this week. And then we're going to put it all together at the end. But you start off with the Fates card here in this first row. I do feel like some of you could be kind of like being pushed towards things here. Actually looks like a pretty successful row here. You have the Two of Wands, which is like taking lead. It's coming up at the top, and this whole top row is amazing. I've been trying to do this because usually my readings are all over the place, and I've been trying to focus, but I can't help but say that this is amazing. This is like you taking the lead, you showing up here. King of Wands puts you in a position of power and strength, then the Sun. It's like you're coming up in a very strong position this week, so I definitely like to see that. But I feel like there's a lot of fate involved this week with this card. First, you start off with the Two of Wands here and the Page of Cups. I feel like you're kind of like taking the lead on something here. This is like an opportunity coming your way, this first row. So I feel like for a lot of you, there's an opportunity probably to move on from this right here, which is Ten of Wands and the Five of Wands, moving away from a lot of conflict and competition. So I feel like a lot of you could just be moving away from conflict and competition, like I said, and it's like you're taking the lead here with the Two of Wands. The Page of Cups, I just feel like is an opportunity. It could be love. Again, we're going to put this all together at the end. So for right now, I just feel like this is an opportunity that's coming your way. It could be good news. Like it could be a job offer, a business offer, or something like that. Next, you have the Ten of Wands here and the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords tells me that you are an authority on something. It tells me that you know a lot about something. And so I feel like for a lot of you, this is you needing to unburden yourself is what's popping into my head. That's not really what this means. I mean, the Ten of Wands does represent needing to release a burden. It's like coming to the end of a long journey, having carried a very heavy weight and needing to let that go. But at the same time, I feel like this is saying that you have some things inside of you, maybe some talents, gifts, skills, and abilities that you need to kind of let out into the world. Look, you have the Sun here. The Sun to me is a card, best card in the deck, but it's also a card that says you need to let something out. There is something you are here that you are meant to do. And you need to kind of like use that to your advantage. So I feel like some of you, this is saying that you are an authority on something and you need to kind of like put it out into the world. Next, you have the Five of Wands here and the Death card. Yeah, definitely some sort of change is what I would say to you here, Leo. This is like, competition, conflict with the Five of Wands. That Death card is a transformation. So I feel like a lot of you are going through a transformation at this time. I do feel like it could be, putting you through conflict. It's funny because you have on this Two of Wands, he has the world in his hands. And it kind of represents the fact that not only does he have the whole world in his hands, but it kind of represents like a portal, stepping through a portal in your life, which is never usually comfortable. It's like sometimes when we're in these transition periods where maybe we're going from one thing to another, it's like maybe we experience a dip where we kind of like go down or things are not as good as they used to be or, whatever. It's like we could be experiencing challenges and difficulties and all that other stuff. So I feel like in a lot of ways this is saying that you could be in this like dip, but I also feel like it's a good thing because I feel like you're about to get some good news here. So that's row number one. For story number two, you have the yin energy here. I feel like this is about needing to being comfortable doing nothing. I feel there is a little bit of restless energy here in this row. It's like, obviously, if you're stuck at home, maybe you can't really do anything. I do feel like, I feel two ways about this, self-imposed isolation that we are all under right now, right? The quarantine. I feel, on one hand, maybe it's a perfect opportunity for us to get some rest, for us to recover on our own, or for us to clear things out of our lives that we no longer need and just kind of do it in a like slower, passive way, like this yin energy card. And I feel like for others, it's more of a time where we should be like starting something. But again, I still feel like we could be starting things in a more passive way. So like, what the hell does that mean? Well, maybe we want to start a business. It could be a good time to just research it, just, kind of research what it takes. Could be a good time to read some books and things like that. So more passive things, like almost like the Strength card, which is you. Strength is passive control. I always say the Chariot is hard control. It's like taking control. The Strength card would be more of the passive activity, like doing things like, again, learning or taking time to learn or whatever. Next, you have the King of Wands here and the Hierophant. Learning, exactly what I said. Hierophant is the card of education, so I feel like some of you could be learning or needing to learn with that Hierophant card. The King of Wands could be also kind of like you just sit, to me, it's like the sitting pretty card. Like he's just sitting there chilling out, right? It's like he just knows. He has like, to me, the King of Wands, it has like an aura about them. It's like they just know that they are in control of their kingdom. I feel like that's the energy that you are learning to embrace. So I would embrace it, is what I'd say to you here, Leo. Next, you have the Two of Cups here, Seven of Wands. Yeah, commitment. So I feel like some of you could be committing in love. Again, I'm trying to stick to one story. We're going to cover this at the end. There's definitely love here, Leo. So if you're looking for love, this is like marriage material, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Two of Cups, perfect match to something. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It's a card of like just deciding that you're going to do something. I feel for you and Virgo that really, if you want to do something in your life, you just have to make the choice that I'm going to do it. It's just that simple. So, and then what I feel like everything will fall into place. But I feel like if you're like going back and forth on like, should I start this business? Should I start this job? Should I start this relationship? I feel like that's going to cause conflict. So I feel like it's time for you to just like make the choice to do something. It is that simple. So I feel like that's all you have to do. And finally, you have the Eight of Cups here and the King of Swords, wisdom. So I feel like you're gaining a lot of wisdom. This is like you are, I always say this to you, Leo. I feel like in a lot of ways, it's like you have a lot of knowledge. It's like you are a teacher. I've been saying it for years to you, that even when I look at your astrology, I feel like a lot of you could be stepping into teaching positions. Does this literally mean you're going to be a teacher like at a college or a school or anything? No, that's not what it means. But I feel like in some way, you could be teaching people how to do things. There's a million different ways. You could be on YouTube. You could start a YouTube channel. You could have a Facebook page, a blog. You could be teaching people through training at work. Like maybe you become a trainer. You could write a book. There's like a million ways to teach. It's not just one thing. I feel like a lot of you are doing that. I feel like there's sadness from walking away from the old life, but I feel like it's just because you feel like there is a certain level of security in your old life. Like it could be financial, it could be anything. But I feel like you have no clue where this is going. I feel like it's going in amazing places. Next, in your final story here, you have the Unfinished Symphony card. This is a card of like needing to see something through to the end. So I feel like for a lot of you, this is you needing to kind of like wrap something up here in a lot of ways. The 10, it's a 10 as well. And so I feel like with the 10s represent completion. So I feel like you're kind of like wrapping something up here or needing to finish something up with this card. You know exactly what it is here, Leo, because you have the Sun and the Hermit. You have found your inner answers. You have found your inner light. You know exactly what needs to be brought to an end. Again, sadness, Five of Swords at the end here. I feel like some of you could feel like you're giving up on something, or you could feel like you have lost time. I feel like I said this to you last week with that Five of Swords. I don't think you had the Five of Swords, but I think I was saying last week that you feel like maybe you've invested a lot of time into something, so it's kind of like that fear of loss, like fear of losing all that time. But really, I feel like you have so much to gain, the Sun. So I feel like you need to push yourself towards something new. It's like I said, you already know. I knew that you already knew with the Sun, but the Hermit confirms it for me. That it's like you already know what you need to let go of, or what you need to change, or what you need to do. I feel like you just have to do it, and I feel like you'll be very successful with that Sun card. Next, you have the Page of Cups here, Nine of Cups, total fulfillment. It's like you're heading towards total fulfillment. Another card of change with the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups to me just can represent a change in direction. So I feel like a lot of you could just be changing at this time, or you could be having some sort of change in direction with that Queen of Cups. For others, I feel like you're moving towards fulfillment, but I feel like you need to let it happen. So I feel like you need to like get started on something with that Nine of Cups there. And finally, you have the Five of Swords, Ten of Cups. Look at it, fortune after difficulty. Amazing. So I feel like there's a lot of good energy coming in for you here, Cancer, or for you, Leo, I should say, with this card. I feel like there's a lot of success coming in for you. I feel like some of you do need to let go of something with that Five of Swords, but it's probably like something you've been doing for a long time. It could be love. Again, we're going to talk about it in this diagonal, but for the most part, I feel like this whole row here is talking about something that you've been doing for a very long period of time. Could be a business, a job, could be something. So I feel like some of you are just letting go of something. I feel like it's going to lead to happiness. So love it, Leo. This looks amazing. Really good. So yeah, you have a lot of good stuff here. Like I said, this whole top row is amazing. To me, that is you being very, very sure of yourself, because it's like you have that Two Wands and the Page of Cups, which is like good news. Two Wands is taking your personal power back. It's a card of personal power. Then you have the King of Wands and the Hierophant. King of Wands card of personal development. It's a card of being very kind of like bold, assertive, and kind of taking the lead. And that Hierophant is through teaching or educating. Love it. Sharing information. And at the end here, you have the Sun and the Hermit. It's like you know exactly what to do. So to me, this is just you being very sure of yourself in this top row. And so I would like move towards whatever you are sure of yourself on. Even if we make a T out of this right here, in this row, if we connect it to this story up here, it's like there's something that is a perfect match with this Two of Cups and this Seven of Wands. It's like there is something that you could commit to with that Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands, like I said, it's card of conviction, card of defending your position at the top of the hill. But the trick is nobody can get up there. It's like you are the best at something here, Leo, in work, business, in spirituality, in health, pretty much anything. And I feel like it's time to kind of like let that information out. King of Swords, needing to share the information. Eight of Cups could just be the what ifs, like thinking, that's kind of what's popping into my head for you. It could be thinking like, what if this happens? What if that happens? Blah, blah, blah. So very interesting. If we take, I feel like doing the T's for you, which I never do. If we take this T right here, it kind of looks like some of you could have experienced some conflict in a relationship. So just looking at love here, you have the Death card and you have this Five of Wands, like experiencing conflicts and challenges. You have the Eight of Cups, somebody walking away. King of Swords could have made you very defensive or not wanting to open up. And even over here, you have the Five of Swords and the Ten of Cups. This is your future position as well, Leo. And this could be saying that you maybe want to date, but for obvious reasons, you cannot date with that Five of Swords yet. So I feel like the virus, things like that could be causing problems. I do feel like it's very good because it does say there will be love in the future. This whole row does, actually. The Sun, card of celebration, happiness, good things coming in. Queen of Cups, Nine of Cups, like total fulfillment, trusting your intuition on love. And even here, we have the Seven of Wands, commitment, and the Two of Cups, perfect match with someone, and then the Hierophant with the King of Wands. So some of you could be getting married. It could be to a Virgo, it could be to a Virgo, yes. It could be to a Taurus. It could also be to a water sign. You always get water. It could be an air sign. You have pretty much everything here. But definitely Taurus, Virgo, and air stand out to me here. Like I said, it could also be a water sign. It could be a Scorpio. It could be someone with a lot of water in their chart. But this looks really, really good, especially when we put it all together. It looks even better, is what I'd say. Again, Two Wands, the Page of Cups. That could be like taking control of your love life, getting a love offer. Two of Cups, perfect match. Seven of Wands, and then you have this like Ten of Cups here. Happily ever after, basically. So very positive reading. Looks really good. So anyway, thank you, Leo. Really appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to leave a comment down below. I really appreciate it, and definitely enjoy your week.